four odd and interesting people came together by complete coincidence in a small tavern in a small town. This party got to know each other over some drinks and festivities, and Gale specifically met a mysterious woman from the Collective. However, their meeting was cut short by a scream of pure, unadulterated terror, and something much worse. I am the Ethernaut, and welcome to the Etherlog, the key to Vidra.
A scream resounds from outside of the kind Manibor. And it's not just one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 indiscernible amounts of a chorus of screams from all over the town come out. And they're quickly silenced, as you can hear footfalls outside, moving in a sort of terrifying unison.
I run out. As soon as I hear the first scream, I'm running out the door.
Okay. Is anybody joining our fearless short friend?
Yeah, with a curse, a Ashkroda. I'm up and after my tiny new associate.
Oh, also as I run out the door, from the rafters you see a bearded vulture swoop down and follow me out the door.
Very
my
cool.
Familiar.
What's your familiar's name?
Ennui.
Ennui. That's Gnomish.
That's Gnomish.
If I remember correctly.
Gnomish.
Yeah, you see the person who has talked to you in this corner bar. I don't know if she said her name to you, but she says, my name's Astrid, and she pulls out dual spell-slinging pistols, and she just runs outside.
Hot.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm going to follow suit and just almost liquid, like the way Gale just kind of moves through the bar, and just as he does, he swipes his spear from his stool, and
very cool.
Just outside.
Octavia, you can hear screams, and you see all of these people are just running outside.
I stop singing as soon as the screams ring out, and I look to Gale, and the moment I see Gale running outside, I also take off to follow.
Yeah, the barkeep reaches under the bar, and he pulls out what looks to be, it's an arquebus that is just a shotgun that he has loaded with, these slugs. And he's like, everybody get into the cellar, as you all run outside to behold the scene that is taking place. And you look into the darkness, the forest that surrounds this tiny town. The cult of Zerl has arrived. And there's gotta be at least 60 of them out there. There are a lot. And Drake, you don't recognize the apparent leader, but it does look very similar to the person who gave you the name Shatterhand. As this cult priest raises their arms and says,
tear them all limb from limb. Find it.
As these creatures surge forward, and you see that they're wielding these wicked-looking crossbows. And you notice that there are the screams had obviously come from these townsfolk who are now unfortunately deceased. And you watch them get back up with these black crystals embedded in their backs, and their eyes change, and these black tears begin to course down their faces as they begin to shamble towards you with malice in their eyes. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Don't like that.
21 for Drake.
16, Gale.
10.
I got a 2.
You got 2. Very nice.
3 minus 1.
So, Drake, you are the first to act. You see these people streaming towards you, but you hear a voice. Astrid says, you all seem relatively competent in combat, so I'm going to need you to follow me. I suppose you're all honorary members of the collective for the moment. And she just takes off. She starts running towards the church.
I am going to... this is tough. How close is the closest one of these creatures?
It's one of the townsfolks. It's this farmer you passed on the way into town. And he is probably about 60 feet away from you. There's like this surge of both cultists and turned townsfolk who are now coming at you from the forest wall.
All right. I'm going to go forward 30 feet, and then I'm going to go into a rage.
Okay. What does Drake's rage look like? Does anything happen to his body, or is it more just this mental state?
It's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Just like you see like his grip around his weapons tightens, his jaw clenches, the muscles of his shoulders and arms flex and swell, and maybe if you're close enough, you hear like a rumbling growl from deep within his chest.
Drake, you do not notice this because you are both raging and slightly inebriated, but Dashi, with your fantastic passive perception, you do clock that his shattered hand pumps with black blood as he rages.
Ooh.
That's fucking sick.
There's always a story.
There's always a story, which is what we're here to tell. We are now to Gale. You have seen your new compatriot Astrid run towards the church, and you see Drake surge forward, wielding two weapons.
Gil takes a look at both of them and then nods at the situation. The way he stands in his stance, he's on his toes and his chest is forward, almost as if like a cobra kind of looks. And that's him in neutral. But as he's going to run and follow Astrid, he leans back and says, "Follow the agent, you fools!" and runs and runs after Astrid. And his spear's out, his head down. Almost like that little Naruto run with his armors back.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, are you going to dash, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I'm going to try to keep up with her.
Sure. Okay. Very cool. Octavia, you notice your partner in crime, as well as this woman he has just met, run towards the temple, and your friendly neighborhood barbarian is walking up to confront these the 60-plus member force of the Cult of Zerl.
Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna spend all my movement to run after Gale, but I'm also going to, rather than dashing, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a second to use my Eldritch Blast at... Can I tell who the leader of this particular horde is? Is that obvious?
Oh, 100%. They are more than 120 feet away from you, though. I will say that. So unless you have...
my Eldritch Blast is 240 because I have the Spell Sniper.
I was just about to say, yes, then you can hit this guy.
Bitch. All right.
From downtown.
Yes.
Then, yeah, I'm gonna roll to hit. That is a 19 plus 6, so 25.
Ooh, mama. Yeah, you hit this guy.
That is 10 force damage.
10 force damage.
Max damage.
You see this thing smack into this. Let's be real. This thing is like a zombie lord. It hits it right in the face, and you just see its neck pop back into place as if this did not too much to it. And it gives you this wicked smile that splits its entire face.
Oh, that's unsettling.
Like
I'm
Gale, but much, much, much worse.
Copying me.
Yeah.
Is the I don't know Dashi's name yet, but how far away are they from me?
Dashi has yet to move, so 30 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna turn and I am going to look at Dashi and I'm gonna say, show him your best shot. And I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration.
Ooh, very cool.
And so you get
Thank you,
it.
you're amazing. Oh my god, that was so cool.
I see. I'm supposed to inspire you, not the other way around.
We're inspiring each other.
Oh, teamwork.
Teamwork. Oh, my name's Dashi, by the way.
Oh, Octavia.
Nice
Hi.
to meet you.
So yeah, you get a d6 to ability check, attack roll, or saving throw within the
Yes.
next 10 minutes.
Very cool.
Excellent.
Speak of
Thank
the
you.
Dashi, and they shall appear. It is your turn.
Okay, so Drake looks like he's going to confront these.
Very much so.
It looks
as
like
far as
that.
I'm aware, correct?
I moved forward, kind of getting in between the oncoming onslaught and the rest of the party, but I have not. I
Gotcha.
didn't charge or anything. I'm just like
Okay.
probably about 30 feet closer than everybody else.
You're safeguarding.
Yeah, maybe.
It's sort of, yeah. Are there any like townsfolk that are still alive and like in danger right now, or are we the primary targets?
You are currently the primary targets. You are watching townsfolk closer to the outskirts of town just get mercilessly cut down by these crossbows and then stand back up again as they cry these black tears.
Seems like, and those are kind of too far away for you
Yeah,
to do anything.
there's
Is that
unfortunately
correct?
not much you can do there.
I think what I'm going to do is, like Octavia and Drake are both within 30 feet of me. I assume Gale is a little bit far away now that he's dashed, right?
Yeah, Gale is when do monks get their movement thing? Is that level 1?
They don't, but they. I think
it's
he still
level
took
2.
a dash.
Yeah, I think
I
I
think-
moved there. I still have
60
regular
feet.
speed for now.
Okay. So 60 feet away.
Okay. So in that case, I'm just going to, I think seeing all this like suffering and like the people that I can't do anything about, Dashi is going to channel this grief into their gauntlets, and you see the yellow crystals glow, and then you see sort of like, they have a mask on, but you see like beneath the mask, there's like a radiant light and like golden tears that fall down from their face. And I'm going to cast Bless on me, Octavia, and Drake. And then run 30 feet towards like Gale and Astrid.
Okay. Yeah. So, fortunately for y'all, these guys do not have the range to hit you currently. So they're all just this. As you look around, I'm gonna give this one to Drake because he is very initiative focused at the moment and is surveying, as it were. This entire town looks like it's surrounded by. It's more than 60. It is a lot. It is looking very, very dire.
Right on. I am going to. Oh wait, am I up?
You are now, in fact, yes.
Okay.
Should be.
And Dashi, you stayed.
I moved 30 feet, but I
Right.
cast Bless before.
So you're on your way to the
I'm on my
temple?
way. I just didn't use
Okay.
my action to dash.
I'm going to. I'm going to just roar in frustration and hurl a javelin at the closest cultist.
The cultists are pretty far away. I mean, they're like probably about 90 feet at this point, so I don't know if you have the range.
It'll be a disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
but-
Then yeah, roll them bones, baby.
Okay.
And you're blessed.
And a bless
Hashtag blessed.
D4, right?
Yep.
Okay. Right. So that's an It's a dirty 20. I rolled a natural 19 the first time and a natural 16 the second time with
Okay.
a 4 on the bless.
That 1,000,000% hits.
Yeah. And then, like, I think while the javelin is still in the air, like, I don't even watch to see if it hits. I just turn and run towards the temple.
Yeah, roll damage.
8 points of damage.
Whoa.
8 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah. Who would be looking back? I'm gonna say Octavia, because you were kind of looking back to do your various spell stuff. You see Drake like just chuck a javelin like 90 feet and just impale a cultist who is barely able to just move at this point. Which is, yeah, like 90 feet accurately, like dead center in this thing's chest. As you see Drake like just like boom, 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 running towards the temple with all of you at a full sprint.
Tom Brady 2 steps it and just.
Yeah.
That's 30 yards throwing a deadly javelin.
That's
Yeah.
wacky.
It's more of a Broadway Joe than a Tom Brady.
Very nice.
Just gets more and more impressive.
Yeah. Astrid makes it to the doors of the temple, and she sees that they are locked. She just puts her gun up to the lock and says, well, I can pay him back, and fires, and the lock kind of flies out, and she flings open the doors. She sprints into this temple, going towards the back, and it is now Gale's turn. You have witnessed this, and you are basically where Astrid was. Like you were with her when she opened the door.
I'm keeping up. I'm going to keep following. I look at the lock as she's blasted it. I'm a little impressed. It's pretty nice little gadgets she has there. And I'm just to see if I can do a quick scan. Is anything approaching the church, or at least like, is there any reason I should try to hold this position, or should I follow her more? I'm gonna.
You hear her say, actually, listen, we're going into the back. I need you to start tapping on the floor for a hollow part. Do you understand me?
You got it.
Yeah, and you actually managed to get there first because she used her action to, shoot this door. You are now in the back of this temple, where she has told you to start tapping on the floor. So you can make an investigation check if you'd like.
All right. Yeah. So I'm ultimately just kind of like hopping toe to toe and tapping with the bottom of my spear at the same time.
Sure.
Ugh.
Actually,
Oh, nat 20.
nat 20.
There you go.
I was gonna say make a disadvantage because you're drunk, but I mean it's been hours. That's no longer really an issue for you. It's been a minute since you drank the last time I was happy. Nat 20. You first place you knock. It's hollow.
I can already tell which one's going to be. I see. It's got that Scooby-Doo effect.
Oh yeah. It's
The animation panel.
yeah. Animation panel, like the one weird rock that you have to press for like a secret door.
Slightly different color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 23 total. So.
Yeah. She says, "All right, you need to break the floor."
Got it.
So yeah, you have an action.
All right. So spear damage.
Yeah, roll to attack. I mean,
Is there a chance I can miss?
realistically. Nat 1.
Oh, sure. 12.
Sure.
All right. I'll two-hand this and use
Okay.
a D8 instead.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh boy. 3 plus 4, total of 7.
That'll do it.
There you
The
go.
floor, more of it collapses than you'd expect.
Oh boy.
And it all tumbles in, and you see this kind of ramp descending to a door that looks both ancient and incredibly high-tech. We move to Octavia, who is just seeing Drake impale this cultist from 90 feet away, and you saw your partner in crime run into the temple. So you are, I believe, if my math is correct, 60 feet away from the temple.
Okay. I'm gonna run another 30 feet, and I am going to cast another Eldritch Blast at the same person
Sure.
or same creature, whatever. That is a 17 plus 6, so 23.
My lord, yeah.
Okay.
Spell Sniper is right.
Wow.
It's a great one to have.
Gets that shit. And
Can't even see that far.
that is a percentile die. That is not a D10. So, hold on.
It does 100 damage.
That was 5 damage.
This time, it's able, this gnarled looking, it doesn't even look very, alive anymore. It just manages, it puts its hand up in the way, which obviously still damages it, but it almost catches it, and it just brings its hand down slowly, as you continue to run towards this temple.
I will say for the audience and the other players, my Eldritch Blast is a very sickly, like viscous green looking blast. If you could put like deathly energy into a color and a texture, that is it. Yeah.
Ghostly mucus.
Yeah, does it whisper? Oh, ectoplasm.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ectoplasm. Yeah.
Does it like whisper, do you think, as you shoot it, and like as it comes closer to you, you can hear like the whispers? Like a Doppler
Oh,
effect?
absolutely.
Ooh.
That's so cool.
Absolutely.
Very
The
nice.
squelch when it hits.
Oh, that's
Gross.
yeah.
It's been a while since I played a bard. Can I, like, once I give the die, I can give another one to someone else without it hurting?
Yes.
Without it, like, okay. Then I'm gonna look at, I don't know Dreg's real name now, so I'm just gonna look at who I know to be Shatterhand and be like, that was impressive. You think you can do it again? And you also get a d6.
Ooh.
I'll put another one right in the numbers.
Oh. We move on now to Dashi, who is about where, 30 feet away from Drake, 30 feet away from Octavia, and 60 feet away from the temple.
I'm going to book it towards the temple
Sure.
with a dash
All right.
action and my movement.
How are you? 25 feet of movement or 30?
I'm 30.
Very cool. Well, so you are very fast, little guy. Yeah.
I'm like a little clumsy sometimes, and my dex is not great, but I can move.
Yeah, I mean, if you need to, you can like run like a
Yeah.
gorilla with your big fist and kind of like propel yourself forward, like you're running up the stairs as a kid from something in the basement.
Moving.
Oh yeah, you make it to this temple, and I'm gonna say that you would probably know this because you're a cleric, religious stuff.
I've spent time on Rillian for sure.
For sure, yeah. I mean, and that's the place where all the religious stuff is. So yes, this temple is a temple to Bimos, which are common. Specifically Bimos the Judge, which is the most well-liked by people, because it's generally the most neutral and fair. So in fact, there is, at a part of this temple, there is essentially like a juror's stand and like kind of this big pulpit for both a priest/judge figure. But yeah, you immediately know that is a place for Bimos, who, for the listeners, is a god, and gods in this world are physically present. So Bimos lives on the giant floating city of Rillian. That's his shtick. But
I'm not a huge fan of Bimos, but now is not the time.
yeah,
He is powerful, and that's something that we need right now. So I'm not gonna be picky about this right now.
Bimos is a benevolent dictator, as it were. But anyways, that is just a split-second thing. You're like, oh, Bimos Church, as you run into it.
I kind of roll my eyes like, all right, this might as well happen.
Yeah. And now we move to the baddies. The baddies, some just start to just dash and start to get within range of Drake. Very close, not quite. They can't quite shoot you with their horrifying death crossbows yet. But you know, Drake, that distance between you is rapidly thinning.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it is your turn.
Is that cultist that I hit before still a viable target?
Roll a D100 for me.
D100. 43.
43. They're moving around. The spear is still in them. Like it kind of like stuck them to the ground, but they managed to like move themselves up, and now they're just kind of running towards you with a spear in their gut, just not paying any attention to it. It is not normal, I wouldn't say. Not something that is medically sound, but yeah, it is. They are. I wouldn't say they're a viable target. They are leaking this black ooze from this wound.
Right.
But they're moving towards you.
I'm gonna like turn after getting this inspiration from Octavia. I'm gonna turn, quickly scan, find my buddy again, and launch another javelin at them.
What's the short range for your javelin?
I think like 30 feet
Yes,
or something.
that will work. As they've moved up towards you. So,
Oh, great.
And you're blessed and inspired.
and you're
Oh,
blessed
yeah.
and inspired.
Oh, yeah. All right. So they are within the 30 feet?
Yeah, you know that like next
Oh,
time
great.
these guys are gonna start hitting you.
Probably not this guy.
What'd you roll?
A dirty 20.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you, you don't
Um,
even need to roll damage. But I'm gonna let you anyways for a little surprise secret.
Sweet.
Surprise secret.
Surprise secret?
That was
know
the
this
dirty
campaign
20
already.
without the inspiration. I'm saving the inspiration.
save the
Smart.
inspiration.
You got for 10 minutes. Yeah.
That's going to be 7. And on this time, I'm going to add the rage damage that I forgot to add last time.
That's only
so
for melee
9 points
attacks.
of damage.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's strength. I think it's strength-based attacks.
Is it really? I could have.
Yeah. I think. Let me check.
You throw something wicked hard, yeah.
I am fine with it being rage damage. I honestly like. For
Oh,
throw
no, you're
weapons-
right. It's melee damage with strength weapons.
Yeah. But you know what? For this purpose, because he's so dead, and you rolled a good roll, I'll allow it. 9 points of damage as you see this thing decapitate this guy and then impale into another one, taking them both out simultaneously. Like you shish kebab.
This dude's
them.
dangerous.
Yeah. Drake Shatterhand is not somebody to be fucked with lightly.
Apparently. There's this...
I turn to Octavia and I kind of shrug, embarrassed, and I say I was aiming for his chest.
I'm assuming you then run towards the temple.
Yeah.
Yes. You run towards the temple with your final 30 feet of movement, meaning you are now 60 feet away from the temple, if my math is correct,
Sounds right.
which moves us to Astrid. Gale, you watch Astrid move into this basement and pull out what looks to be some weird-looking device. It has these reddish magenta gems on them, which you know are for arcane casters to channel their magic. And she puts it on her finger and puts it into this little device that looks like it reads fingerprints. And then she puts it on her eye to the eye thing, and it scans. Welcome, Brian Jennings. Clearance level 1. And these doors open with a hiss, and this stale, ancient air kind of wafts out. And you can see at the bottom, in this room that looks incredibly technologically advanced, is an arsenal of ancient weaponry. And it is your turn. What are you picking? I can describe what's down there for you.
Oh my. Yeah, I'm just going to hop over into the space. What a curious cache you have here. What am I saying?
Well, I'm going to be honest. You're going to have to return these all to the collective because this is why I'm here, but as of right now, I need all the help I can get. You see, what immediately catches your eye is this sort of spear, which looks like it has 2 jets on it, almost like a propulsion system of some kind. It's called the World Lance. It looks gnarly. It looks so technologically and as you kind of remove it from the rack, I'm assuming, because I mean this thing is, you're proficient with it immediately because it's a spear. It detaches from itself because ancient technology is held together by this weird force that doesn't obey natural laws. And it kind of just has these segments that float in place. So this spear tip kind of floats on this staff and whatnot as these scintillating parts orbit around the tip.
That's so cool.
Oh my! So I'm gonna pick it up and test the balance while looking at her. What does Astrid look like? Is she attractive?
Yes, Astrid is indeed attractive. She, like I said, she kind of wears this brownish trench coat that hides her collective uniform.
Sure.
She has what looks to be a sort of implant on her head that looks almost cybernetic. She has these dual spell-slinging pistols. And additionally, she is looking at this massive shoulder-mounted cannon and is expecting it. And she picks it up and it kind of like just chunk as it kind of like begins to do its own kind of detached thing.
Oh my! All right, I'm gonna in that case, and I'm going to strap my spear to my back, take this new one, and I look at it, and if she's looking at me, she can see that I don't want to let this thing go, and I'm just gonna look at her and it's like, "You poultice," and just walk upstairs.
She says, "Don't break that. We need to bring it back." As you go up, wielding this really fucking cool spear. Yeah, Dashi, you see Gale emerge with this wicked-looking weapon of ancient warfare.
A matching wicked smile.
Oh boy. Yeah, and as you open it, I guess, or as this thing opens and kind of blooms almost like a flower, you hear this voice kind of connect to you, like in your, like the base of your head, that says, "Welcome to the World Spear Interface. Range required 200 feet." And you see this kind of schematic pop into your head of you kind of like this thing models you instantly in your mind of you kind of like swinging this thing in a long arc, and it shoots this kind of blast of this blue energy out a very long distance.
Yeah,
We
I'm in love
move
with this
now.
thing.
Oh, that's so sick.
We move now to Octavia. Octavia, I believe you are 30 feet away from the temple, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I think so too. And I'm going to run into the temple. I'm gonna see Gel with the new toy. Hey, where'd you get that shit?
Oh, could I have actually flirted with Astrid when I said that?
Yeah, roll a charisma check. Non-proficient.
Oh, 12. That's a 16? Yeah.
As you're running up, you hear a little chuckle as you run up the stairs. And yeah, you are now wielding this wicked looking spear. As both Dashi and Octavia are in the room.
Yeah.
I will say, Chrissy, you can dash and still grab a weapon, but you'll end your turn downstairs.
Yeah, as you pass me, I say, "Oh, there's goodies in the cellar."
I feel like that was a double entendre, but I'm gonna ignore that for now. We're gonna unpack that later. I'm running to the cellar.
Yeah, you see like this arsenal, and you see this woman that you I don't think you would know her as Astrid yet. Has this shoulder-mounted cannon. She's running past you. She's like, "Okay, you can take a weapon and arm yourself, but we're gonna need them back because they're technically gonna be collective property in a minute. See you then." She runs up, like touting this massive, like it looks like if you've played Halo, it's like the Spartan laser from Halo.
No.
It looks nasty. And as you get into the cellar, you know what? Why don't you describe to me what kind of weapon would you be looking for? And I will fabricate something.
I guess. Oh God, I don't know what interesting weapons Barth can use.
There's also guns and stuff here too. I mean, I'm telling you, you'd be proficient in any of these things instantly just because of how they work.
Well, seeing a hot woman with a big gun also makes me want to be a hot woman with a big gun. So I'm gonna look for something along the lines of, I guess a sniper rifle.
Ooh. You see this really compact looking gun, and as you kind of notice it, you see this one is called Ragnarok.
Oh yes.
As you pick it
Yes.
up, it unfolds itself and splits into these hollow kind of compartments. This thing is interesting because it is a like revolver sniper rifle. It has this truly massive chamber on it. As you check this chamber, you see these really scary looking, they look almost like missiles, kind of. Like this thing is meant to take out things at a very far distance. And you hear the same voice, "Welcome to the Ragnarok interface." And you see that there's a dial you can change from semi-automatic to automatic if you'd like. And there's you notice that this thing, as you take it out and you pop out the ammunition, you see that there is a belt-fed thing that leads into almost like this chamber of holding, where this belt leads deep into this extraplanar space.
That's so cool.
Holy shit, that's hot.
Chamber of holding for bullets.
Yeah,
for slugs,
baby.
missiles. Oh, that's amazing.
You have a giant ass sniper rifle now. I believe that's your whole turn, unless you'd like to inspire somebody as you are running into the cellar.
Can Gil still hear me?
You could have done it in passing, honestly.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna look at, go get him, or go get her, I guess. And kind of just chuckle as I'm walking past or running past to get to the weapons.
All right.
And
That is.
there we go. You also get a D6.
That's
Thank you.
inspo right there.
We're so inspired.
Yes. Dashi. You want to go arm yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something with a lot of distance on it as well. But maybe some sort of huge, not something that would have a lot of ammunition and stuff, but basically a big beam cannon, and
Yeah.
whatever the biggest one I can hold is. Since I'm pretty small, I do have 13 strength, so I can carry some stuff. But I'm looking for because clearly the threats are the people on the outskirts, and so I'm looking for rail guns, huge beam cannons,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. You know what I'll give you instead? That it also kind of is that? You notice this kind of big box that sort of is sitting in the corner. It says Dynamo on it.
Ooh.
And as you kind of look into this box, you see this thing is an exosuit with a large gun mounted on the shoulder.
Oh yes, I'm getting in the fucking mech.
Yeah, this thing as it kind of transforms out into this thing with these huge disconnected hands that just float on their own with whatever
Oh,
force that
yeah.
these ancients figured out. And it says, "Welcome to the Dynamo interface." And it shows this mounted cannon and these massive arms, just decimating waves of things.
Oh, I could get used to this.
Yeah. Also, your speed is now 60.
Incredible. This is the best day of my life. But I had to go down into the cellar, right, to get in it?
Yeah, that took 30 movement. You now have 60
Okay.
movement, so you can get 30 feet outside. Well, if you dash, you can get 30 feet outside of this
Gotcha.
place. Yes.
Yeah, because if I can't hit anything from in here, I'll just get out, and square up essentially.
Yeah. If you get 30 feet outside the temple, you run basically next to Drake. Drake, you see your friend is now in this wicked-looking exoskeleton with a huge cannon mounted on it. What
Just picturing Mega Man with all the upgrades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in Mega Man
X.
Mega Man
Yeah.
X. Yeah, when you have all the
Got the
helmet, all this
pauldrons,
stuff.
all the
I've got stilts on, so I'm tall. I'm medium sized now.
Yes, exactly.
Is that my whole turn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The bad guys are now, however, within range. But Drake, you are no longer as much of a target. I'm gonna roll some dice. These things launch a wave of these just black crystalline bolts at you, Dashi, and these hands just reach out and just block all of them. Drake, you are going to take a shot, however, from a guy who was close to the people you shish kebabbed. And it whizzes right past your shoulder. You are now up.
Sweet. Going to reach behind me and grab my last 2 javelins and just like double throw both of them at this guy who just took a shot at me.
I will say you can throw both of them at disadvantage if you're going to do 2 at the same time.
Then I'll throw one and then immediately throw the other.
Can you do 2 attacks? Oh, you're a frenzy barbarian, aren't you?
I'm a dual wielder.
Oh,
I have the
shit.
dual wielding feat.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Yeah, that's rad. Sure. Then never mind. No disadvantage. You can throw both at the same time.
Yeah, these are free throws.
Sweet.
Yeah. We're moving from football to basketball, baby. Oh, my
All
lord.
right, so that is a 19 to hit
Yeah.
on the first one.
Yeah.
And a natural 20 on the second one.
Woo! You don't even need to roll damage. I'm just gonna say you done did it again. You did the exact same thing you did last time. Belly, shish kebab,
Yeah.
2 guys gone. Like literally almost identical, but this time you just threw both of them at the same time. So it just is even more crazy how cracked Drake is.
Drake is a big man who also shoots threes.
Yeah.
Yeah. if Shaq could hit free
Yeah,
throws.
exactly.
I think as soon as like Drake just kind of started like laughing, not maniacally, but approaching maniacally when he saw Dashi come up in this mech.
Yeah, I kind of like give a little
Yeah.
salute.
And then the laughter just continues as he throws these javelins and then sees the impalements and heads down to the toy chest.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you wouldn't be able to get there in this turn, but I will say Astrid has left you these little presents for you. They are this pair of twin axes that, as you pick them up, detach from their what is that called? The
Haft.
They detached from their hafts, and the heads kind of like go outwards and then start to spin like saw blades. And you get an interface that says, "Welcome to the Headsman interface." As you have these dual-wielded, like glowing axes, and you can see that as you move, like in this interface that appears in your mind, you can move these hafts around, and these heads will act as boomerangs to just cut down like fields of people in front of you.
Drake says, to and haft not. And then he says, "Let's see if you live up to your namesake, interface."
I will certainly try. And with that, you look outside to see your newfound companions armed to the fucking teeth with ancient technology, ready to kick some fucking ass.